I'm Jaison Robinson from Survivor Samoa, and you're watching Reality Wanted.
All right, so I'm here with Jaison. You played a phenomenal game.
Thank you very much.
What are you feeling right now?
Really, I'm just happy for Natalie. I honestly think she deserved the money, and I'm glad she got it.
I'm glad that Russell didn't win.
So am I, to be honest. You know, I really think Russell played to get to the final three, not to win. Because at the end of the day, the jury can vote however they want to vote for whatever reason they want to vote, and you've got to understand that. And when you piss off as many people as you piss off, you're not going to get any votes. So, you know, I admire him for getting as far as he did, but the way that he got there was not going to get any sympathy or $1 million.
I agree. It's funny that he thought different. Would one thing that you regret, if you could go back and change something of your venture, what would you change?
You know, I'd get out of the team mode. I couldn't get out of FOA and think me, myself, and I. And I think that's something that you have to do going into the game. You've got to say me, myself, and I. So at the end, you know, Brett had come to me and said, you know, I'd like to see you stick around as long as you can. If you need help, you know, let me know. But I was still so FOA team mode that I was like, why am I even listening to a Galoo, right? And so I didn't make a move at the end when I should have.
Well, what is so crazy to me is why did none of you try and get Russell out of there? I just don't understand. Tell me why you think that didn't even fit. You're all really smart. Like, why was someone so scared to stand up and say, let's get this guy out of here now?
I don't think anyone was really scared to say that for the reason that everyone wanted him out from day one. So people had tried really hard, but he had this core group of myself, Natalie, and Mick who were essentially protecting him. So every time that somebody tried to raise up, whether it was Marisa or Betsy or whoever, we would step in and convince people to vote how we wanted them to vote to keep Russell around. Why do we want to keep Russell around? Because he had a way of thinking that was way more devious than any of us could ever do. And I really think at the end, in the final tribal council, what he said was correct when he said, I might be the snake, but these people were more than willing to follow me and watch me be a snake. And
kind of scary.
Well, I mean, in a game based on deceit and deception and what, this is probably why I would never do Survivor again, because I don't want to be in a position where I have to backstab someone ever again. I want to be on a team, working towards a good goal and the rest of this. But, you know, me, myself, I realized that and said, well, I need to get with this guy. So the ideas keep flowing and we keep moving forward.
What do you think you would have done if someone came up to you and said, let's get Russell out of there?
They did. Every single vote that someone came up to me and said, let's get Russell out of here.
Didn't show a lot of that.
No, they didn't show a lot of that. Yeah.
What was your obviously we can't even imagine what it's like to live in the jungle for 39 days. What was your biggest struggle out there?
Again, biggest struggle mentally was trying to say me, myself, and I.
Physically, like, were you like, oh my God, I need a shower. Oh my God, I need toilet paper. Oh my God, I need water. Like, what point did you look up and say, why the heck? Was there any point where you looked up and said, why did I do this?
I said that a lot, especially during the 7 days of rain when our shelter was terrible and we were sleeping in a constant downpour. It was probably the most trying time of my life. The fact that we weren't eating any food, and I was one of the bigger guys that was left, so it kind of hurt me disproportionately. There was a challenge with the catapults where I almost collapsed and was like, wow, I don't even know where I am right now, let alone what I'm supposed to be doing. So there were a number of points where I looked around and said, you know what, why don't I just study for the bar and go to work? Why am I out here on a desert island playing Survivor? But I'm also really happy I did it, and I think I learned a lot about myself. Yeah.
What is, obviously Reality Wanted helps cast people like yourself onto big shows like this. What is some advice that you could lend to them on how they could get on a show like Survivor?
How you get on the show?
What was your secret?
I don't really know what my secret was. I mean, they don't really tell you this is why you're here, but I would like to think that it was just kind of an all-around ability to get things done. You know, I've done a lot of things in a lot of different areas, and so I think they looked at me and said, this is a guy who might be able to play socially and physically, as well as, you know, be a good enough guy to get votes, so he could win.
Study to be a lawyer.
Study to be a lawyer.
And then maybe you might get on Survivor.
Not in this economy. You don't want to study to be a lawyer.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.